When we get to know someone, we should be asking questions. Normally, we ask questions. We ask about the person's background, what the person likes to do, where the person comes from. So all these questions are necessary in order to find out more about that person. And then the more you get to know the person, the more those questions will become more personal. So the more personal those questions become, the deeper the connection is made. So you really want to show that level of vulnerability in order to show the person, look, I confide in you, and I hope you will also show a level of vulnerability so we can connect more. So the question is, do we ask those questions ourselves? A lot of times we don't. We are good at asking intelligent questions to other people, but we don't really take the time to ask those questions to ourselves. So for example, after a social media session, you want to ask yourself the following questions, especially if you're thinking about reducing your social media use. So first of all, first question, what have I learned? So after a session, have you learned something from social media? So let's say you spent 1 hour. After that 1 hour, have you learned something? Ask yourself, have you learned something? Or after 5 hours, 4 hours of social media, what have you learned? Have you learned something? And then the second question you want to ask yourself is, has this benefited me in any way? What is the benefit actually? What have I gained from this session? What have I gained from being on social media for 1 hour or 5 hours, 4 hours? What is the benefit? And how has this helped me? Has this helped me in any way? Have I found any answers? Have I found any solutions? How has this session of being on social media helped me? You also want to ask yourself, well, how do I feel about it? Do I feel good about it? Am I happy about it? And is this feeling going to last? Maybe during the session I was happy, but now when the session is done, am I still happy about it? Or am I basically telling myself, yeah, well, that was kind of a waste of time. You should not have done that. You should not have spent so much time. So ask yourself, do you feel good about it? What is the emotion that you feel now you're done? What was the emotion when you have experienced social media, when you were on social media, and what is the feeling now? So is it the feeling that is lasting? If you were happy when you were busy with social media, are you happy now after 4 hours when you're done? So is the feeling lasting? And are you building true connections with people? So let's say you've spent 4 hours, 5 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours, and you have connected with people. You've created all these posts. You have left comments. Have you built a connection? Do you have the feeling that you know someone better now? Do you feel that you are building a relationship with one of those people on social media? Ask yourself those questions. We should ask ourselves questions a lot more. We are good at asking questions to other people, but we should become much more intelligent with the questions we ask ourselves. We don't really ask questions because the answer we already kind of know, and when we don't like the answer, well, we prefer not to ask the question so we can hide that answer. But try to be honest with yourself, reveal yourself to yourself, and ask those questions after each, for example, smartphone session or social media session or game session. Ask yourself, do you feel good about it? Ask yourself, what have you learned? What is the benefit? And has this helped you in any way? Ask those questions and become more aware of your social media and smartphone experiences.